If you've been playing Tarkov for a while, then you're probably familiar with how insurance works. But for those of you unaware, in Escape from Tarkov, you can insure your gear before going into a raid, so that as long as nobody leaves the raid with your gear, if you die, you'll get your gear back. Experienced players will often use this to their advantage to maximize the amount of stuff they can bring out of a raid by ditching the stuff they brought in and exchanging it with stuff that they've pulled off the bodies of other PMCs or raiders. Or maybe your buddy died in a firefight and you survived, so you do the friendly thing and be a nice guy and all and go hide his stuff. But how often have you hidden some gear only for a savvy scav to find your stash spot and your long-awaited insurance return never arrives? Well, sometimes you simply can't get to a good spot and need to ditch your gear wherever you can. But there are some areas on certain maps where gear can be dumped and it's physically impossible for anyone to come along and retrieve it. In this video, I'm going to show you just a few spots where you can do this. But that's not all. This is a community effort. This video is only the spots that I know of. And I want anyone watching this video to tell me in the comments or submit a video of their own on YouTube or on our Discord of spots they've found where ditched gear cannot be retrieved by other players. That being said, in this video I will include a few honorable mentions of places that could technically be found, but it's extremely unlikely. Our goal in this video is to help you maximize your insurance returns for your own ditched gear or that of your squad mates. Quick shout out to DillyTX in our Discord for the video idea. Pipe it up. Our first stop is my stomping grounds, the reserve base. If you travel to the reserve underground near the switch to turn on the power to the D2 extract, you might notice this hermetic door. For some reason, this door has no item collision, so anything dropped into it will vanish. There's another spot not far from here. Go to where you can see the white bishop symbol that leads up to that building and hang a right in the water. On the left is a section where the water gets deep. Throw your gear into the deep water and nobody will be able to get it. Next up is the K buildings, where a lot of PvE and PvP go down. At any train car here, approach a joint in the train cars and dump your gear down onto the tracks. Nobody can get down there and your gear is safe. If you're near the CP fence area, maybe heading towards the paracord extract, you can dump your gear outside of the map by going to the second floor of the guard tower and tossing it overboard. There's a ton of really great places on reserve, but one of the seldom used spots is under the floor in the King or train building. It could technically be found here, but it's very unlikely. There's also a weapons case down there. Next up, we're on Shoreline, and there's a bunch of great hiding spots here because of the water. It's important to throw items into water where the train drops at a steep angle, so it will slide away from you. If not, the items could be retrieved. If you're that worried about it, you could also drop it directly into deep water right from the barge, and also from the docks at the pier. At the tunnel extract, you can jump the wire and travel back quite a bit farther. Toss your gear over the rock and nobody can reach it. This is a little dangerous to do, but it works well. Throw the gear into the fire at the gas station. It most likely won't be seen, and if anyone attempts to grab it, they'll probably die in the fire while doing the animation to pick it up. So not 100% unlootable, but your stuff will probably be fine. This is another relatively unknown spot near the minefield. It's not out of bounds, but doubtful anyone will look here. I tested throwing gear into the minefield at various spots, but nothing was guaranteed to be unspotted or unlootable. Next is customs. At Military Base CP, you can dump your gear outside of the map, but it'll probably take some barbed wire damage. Next is Old Gas Station. If you jump on top of this blue fence and walk around it to the edge, you can dump gear outside of the map again. Just like the other maps with water, the land bridge is a great place to stash your buddy's gear. Make sure it slides into the deep water, as always. You can also just throw it off the bridge. And lastly, dorms. On the 3rd floor bathroom, you can get past the pile of trash bags if you sprint into them, then come into a sliding stop. It can be a little tricky sometimes. This isn't 100% unlootable, but only the most experienced players will check here, and only if there's evidence of a lot of dead PMCs. That's it for this video, but there's more maps to cover, and I'm very interested to hear if any of you guys know of some spots. Let me know in the comments or on our Discord, and I'll credit you in the next video. I'm Jeff with EUL Gaming, and thanks for watching.